Yeah, so I don't know where that glare coming from. Like that. So I was just in the library playing chess with some of the guys, and as usual, as per normal, we started talking about everything. And the topic for today was the judge, the black judge. Should she be nominated? Should she, make it to the Supreme Court? And man, where is that coming from? Where that's coming from? But and I say, man, no, I don't think that judge should get on the what's the name? And they were like, man, they white, man, the black lady, man. And here we go with the black thing again, right? That black stuff is gonna get people in trouble. Trying to vote according to skin color, man, and not qualifications is gonna set us back another 100 years. It already electing Barack Obama because he was black already set black people back 70 years. 70 years. Y'all don't see we all the way back in 1960 again, and that's because of policies that came into place in a not too distant past. What did I say? Did I say that right? You know what I'm saying, man. Since like 2008, 12, this shit went downhill. Started with George Bush, them going over into Iraq, hit the buildings, you know the whole thing, man. Everything been going down here from here. If you ask me, the stage was basically set when they hit the buildings. We just really kind of now dealing with the consequences and everything from 9/11. All the investigation that went into what happened in 9/11, we still really haven't found out what happened. And they know what happened. And I think that we're going to get a chance to find out. I pray that we do. Because everything kind of went down from there. And it would be terrible if that was an actual plot. Like George Bush was in on it, and then Barack Obama and them came in, and the administration was in on it. I'm not saying that's how it was, but that's how it looked. The politicians ain't nothing but two wings on one bird. So, I'm not a Republican. I'm definitely not for Democrats, because the Democrats, for the last 70 years, have been the people that we have selected and have elected to represent us in this nation. And they have done a poor job. Look at all the crime in the major cities where the Democrats are in power at. And it's, like I said, I'm not a Republican. I'm really not a Democrat. I'm a citizen, and I'm tired of what I'm looking at. I'm tired of people coming and playing on our emotions and playing on the blackness and all that kind of stuff, and giving us, not giving us nothing for our folks. We don't get nothing. We're like the least of everybody. And I'm not prejudiced. Well, I might be prejudiced, but I'm not racist. That judge is not right for America. She's not right for black people. She's not right for people who are victims of sexual assault and rape and stuff like that. I'm talking about with the kids, though. I'm not talking about regular people, like regular older people. Even it's wrong with them. It's wrong. But when you have people that's hurting young people, babies, toddlers, young kids, teenagers, that affects them forever, man. And for a judge to be lenient on somebody who has a profound effect on another individual for years and years to come, it's something wrong with that. It's something wrong with her. She is siding on the side of the victimizers, and she's making the victims feel like they don't really have a voice. That's how I feel. I don't know the whole, her whole case file, the history of it. I was just looking at basically what they were saying in the Senate meeting and the questions they was asking her, and how that she was answering. She said she didn't know what a woman was. She don't know when conception began. It's like, man, they would put that man behind a black face and then ask us to vote for that mindset because she's black. That's wrong. We looking for qualifications. We looking for people that love our Constitution. I love the Constitution, and I know people gonna talk about the 3/5 and all that. Maybe they need to do something about that. I don't know. I don't really quite understand it. I thought there was something all the way back in the old days, but listen, my knowledge is limited on certain things, and I just hear that all the time. So that's why I'm saying about the 3/5. But as far as the Constitution goes, my understanding of it, man, it's a document like no other. And I respect it. You know what I'm saying? And the Constitution gives me rights in this country that you're not supposed to be able to supersede or go against. It gives us the voice that we have, and I believe that there's people in here that don't want us to have a voice, in particular black people. For whatever reason, or they want to have certain black people with power and others no. They don't want to empower the whole people. They want to empower some of the people and have them lead the other people in the direction that they want them to go in. So they're like gatekeepers, puppets to these puppet masters. And the thing is, I really feel like, man, we got everything we need. First of all, God has to come first. The breakdown of it, I believe God honors godly people. People who make decisions based on their relationship with God. I believe God honors that. No matter what camp you belong to, I believe he sort those things out. Man, I'm a Jesus man. I recommend Jesus to everybody, but I know that everybody is not going to accept him for whatever reason. But that's me. You know what I'm saying? That's me and my God, and I feel like me and my God, we can take on this this giant, this government, with the media and the big pharmacy, who just giving us drugs and not helping us get better, not curing anything, just making things, prolonging the situation, taking all the money out of us, all the life out of us. Ain't no way to win against these people, it seems like, unless you got God. And they so focused on taking us away from God. And the more they could take away from God, they could take us away from our God, the more the devil could come in and take over our minds and our souls. And that's what we see going on. The more people veer away from their training that they got from their mothers and their grandmothers and their fathers, who were godly people, and start opting out for, just say, Darwinism. The fact that God didn't create, but we just appeared out of nowhere, and there is no God. It's like you God or whatever. Knowledge. They have taken people away from their upbringing and their belief in God to a belief in themselves or in the system that's only playing like God. They don't have the same power. They have power over us. They don't have the same power though. They really some midgets, when it comes down to it. I don't know how I said a whole bunch of things, but I'm going back to the judge being soft on pedophiles and how, I think Hollywood is just full of pedophiles. I think that, a lot of politicians, man, I think they creeps. I think they're involved in some things that's unsavory and that would probably be just too much for us to even witness or even hear about. We probably wouldn't even believe the things that these people are involved in. And that's why they need that judge up in there. So when the cases come before the Supreme Court, they have somebody in the Supreme Court giving them a passage or blocking the severe uh, consequences to these crimes. Also, I feel like that lynching thing they just did, it's got something to do with punishment for their crimes, not lynching black people, not lynching anybody, but lynching people for treason or something like that. They're trying to make it where you can't get lynched for what they're doing, man. Ain't nobody lynching nobody nowadays, man. That's bullshit. I ain't seen nobody get lynched. I'm not saying, man, I ain't even heard about it. It still may be possible, but most black people is not going to allow nobody to do anything like that, like back in the days, at all. Most of them are strapped. A lot of them are strapped, especially these youngsters. So I want to know who they gonna hang, who they gonna Emmett Till. They got to Emmett Till us via like the system. They can't just do it like they used doing it in the past. They got to come behind some type of program, some type of policy or law or something in order to do it. That's how they do it now. That's how they hang us now, through the law. And they take our money and they accuse us of sexual crimes and stuff like that. And strip us of our power, strip us of our support. They lob a crazy charge on you, make all your people stand back because they don't want to be attached to something so not right. You know what I'm saying? And they isolate us and defeat us. And so it's still the divide and conquer tactic that's going on. But we got to be wise. We got to wise up and see it. That's all. And so coming back to the conversation, most of the people in the library were willing to vote for the lady because she's black. And no. We can't do that. We got to vote for people for qualifications, people that's interpret the law according to the Constitution, man. That's just my thoughts on that. That judge, even though she might get on there, she is bad for the country. She is bad for black people. She don't look at black people like we looking at her. We looking at her like, she no, that's not what's going on.